Hey there fellows, Buddy Spike here. I'm finally back with another video after a long time because thousands of you have been asking me for a new VTOL video. So in this video I'm gonna compare the top speeds of all the aircrafts in VTOL VR. The aircrafts with VTOL capability or their top speed is gonna be tested in VTOL configuration as well as in fixed wing. So I'm gonna test all the aircrafts with clean configuration with half fuel so that there are no factors that would degrade the top speed. And the top speed is gonna be measured at 1,000 feet and at 30,000 feet, and that's going to be compared as well. I'm going to start off with the helicopter because that is expected to be the slowest one, and then I'm going to move up to AV-42 and then the rest of the aircrafts. So without further ado, enjoy the video, fellas. Alright, I'm in the helicopter. I'm gonna get up to 1,000 feet and try to maintain level at 1,000 feet and get up to top speed with full throttle. Alright, I'm setting the autopilot for 1,000 feet. So right now it's at 197 knots. Alright, I think 198 knots is the top speed for the chopper. It's been there for a while, so I'm gonna consider that as the top speed. Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next aircraft. I just love this aircraft. Let's see how fast I can take it without the autopilot, because in the autopilot it kind of slows down. So let's go without the autopilot, maintaining 1,000 feet, and let's see how fast I can go in this configuration. Alright, I think I've reached 1,000 feet and the speed is constant at 180, 179 knots. I'm going to try to maintain level for a while. Alright, I think it's safe to say that the max hover speed for the AV-42 is 177 knots. Now I'm going to transition to fixed wing configuration at 1,000 feet and see what the top speed is. Alright, so I'm at 1,000 feet and the speed is maintaining at 601 knots, which is not bad for a beefy aircraft. I'm just gonna wait for a few seconds and see if the speed is maintained at 601 knots. Alright, speed has maintained at 601 knots, so the top speed at 1,000 feet is 601 knots. Let's climb to 30,000 feet and see if the speed is the same or is there any difference. Alright, we are at 30,000 feet. Indicated airspeed is sitting at 449 knots and my fuel is about to finish. And the Mach speed is significantly higher because indicated airspeed is less when you're up high, and the true airspeed is higher than the indicated airspeed, so we have Mach 1.16. So I'm going to note that down as well and compare it to the other aircrafts. So at 30,000 feet, we have 450 knots, Mach 1.17.
Bingo fuel.
Bingo fuel. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Alright, taking off with the T-55. Let's see how fast this aircraft goes at 1,000 feet. Alright, I'm going to set the autopilot for altitude and heading hold. Altitude set to 1,000. Alright, so we've just about to hit Mach 1 at 648 knots. It's 1,000 feet. Let's keep going for a few seconds and see if the speed increases. Alright, it's safe to say the top speed at 1,000 feet is 649 knots at Mach 0.99. Alright, let's climb to 30,000 feet. Alright guys, so we're sitting at 478 knots at Mach 1.24 with the T-55. I'm gonna keep it here for a few minutes or few seconds and see where the speed stabilizes. Alright, speed has stabilized to 491 knots at 1.27 Mach. This is quite significant for a trainer jet. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Alright, so this aircraft is going to be a little difficult to hover, but I'm going to try my best. Alright, I think it's safe to say we're sitting at 145 knots, and it's been maintaining there for a few seconds. 144 knots. Okay, 144 knots it is. I'm going to transition to the fixed wing configuration, and then we go really fast. With gears up. We're sitting at 659 knots. I think that speed is going to remain stable for quite a while. Alright, it is established 660 knots at Mach 1.01 at about 1,000 feet. Now I'm going to climb to 30,000 feet and see what the speed is. Alright, so we're maintaining 30,000 feet now at 489 knots and increasing at Mach 1.28. I'm going to just leave it there for a while and see what happens. Alright, it is established that max speed at 30,000 feet is 539 knots, Mach 1.4. Oh, it just turned to Mach 1.40. I think that's it. Mach 1.40 is top speed for the F-45. Alright, moving on to, I think, the fastest plane. Let's find out. I won't lie, this is one of my favorite planes in the entire game. Guys, if anybody knows, let me know in the comments below how to change the radio altimeter to mean sea level. I've been trying to figure out, but I don't know. Even after hundreds of hours, there's still something missing that I don't know. All right, so altitude heading, altimeter set to 1000. So we're sitting at 724 knots at at almost sea level, 1000 feet, and this is just crazy for this aircraft. Yeah, I think it is clear it is the fastest aircraft in the entire game, and I think it is sitting at 725 knots and Mach 1.11. All right, I think it's pretty stable at this speed. Okay, climbing to 30,000 feet. This aircraft has no problem climbing at over Mach 1. It is crazy. We're climbing at 25 degrees. All right, altitude set to 30,000, and we're gonna let it there for a few seconds, about a minute, I guess. Alright guys, I think this is it. Mach 1.71 at 662 knots. I think that's the best this aircraft has got, and it is quite well. I think it is equivalent to, I would say, F-16. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think this aircraft is equivalent to in terms of data. Oops, bingo fuel. Okay, I just saw 663 knots, so it is 663 knots and Mach 1.72. That's it. And now I'm going to compile all the data and let's review it. So for the VTOL category, it seems the fastest aircraft is the attack chopper with 198 knots, and the rest of the two aircrafts are quite slower comparatively, with F-45 being the slowest to hover. But it doesn't really matter for the VTOL aircrafts that can transition, so their VTOL's top speeds don't really matter much, so there's no point in comparison for that. Now, talking about the fixed wing, it seems the clear winner is the FA-26B, whether it is 1,000 feet or at 30,000 feet. Now, there's something I want you to look at, is the speed difference between T-55 and F-45. At 1,000 feet, if you look at the Mach number, the difference is of 0.02 Mach. And at 30,000 feet, the difference is significantly higher. So, any guesses why is that? And it's the same with the F-45 and F-26. At 1,000 feet, the difference in speed is less compared to difference of speed at 30,000 feet. So guys, this was top speed of all the aircrafts in VTOL VR. Let me know what you think of my analysis, and let me know what you think of this video. As always, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one. Buddy Spy out.